Good day, good peeps of the fine day in the year of the paradigm. Toon Link Dave, Bravo Dave, Anomaly, Nomicars, Funo me is the man who was actually starting this episode. Not quite how we always start it, because, you know, I started the music before I said Hunger Games. Usually I'll do like a brief intro and then I'll start the music. This time I hit the button, I was like, oh, we're going. We're doing it live. Because this is the last singles episode of the season before it is finale time. This is a 1 versus 100, the way we end singles action every single season, or at least every single season for a while. You know, clearly in season 1 we didn't do 1 versus 100, we were still getting our footing, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying? That being said, it's the champion versus everybody. We'll spin the wheel, but more notably, there's worlds where chaos reigns, and I guess there's worlds where tag team chaos reigns. And here's the thing, you know, we have a bunch of people here, but like going down, yeah, a lot of these characters don't have tag team. So if tag team chaos reigns, and one of them wins, we'll see. We'll see what we'll do. But from the top, let's announce all 101 people here in 1 versus 100. We have the champion Nagisa, who was a double champion earlier this season. Right now, he's only the only the singles champion, as tag team chaos kind of reigned like crazy this year. That being said, he's up against Makoto, Hina, Togami, Chihiro, Hifumi, Junko, Celeste, Taka, Kyoko, Leon, Mondo, Mukuro. Oops. Sakura, Sayaka, Toko, Hiro, Hajime, Akane, Fat Togami, Chiaki, Fuihiko, Gundam, Crazy Yoko, Ibuki, Kazuichi, Mahiru, Mikan, Nekamaru, Nagito, Peko, Sonya, Teruteru, Azuru, Shuichi, Himiko, Maki, Rantaro, Kaede, Ryoma, Kurumi, Angie, Tinko, Kori in the House, Mew, Gonta, Kokichi, Kaito, Samugi, Kibo, Komaru, Genocide Jack, Jotaro, Kotoko, there we go, Masaru, Monica, Haiji, Hiroko, Taichi, Yuta, Chisa, Daisaku, Grey Gozu, Juzo, Tengen, Kizakura, Munakata, Ruruka, Mitarai, Seiko, Izioi, Maya, Alter Ego, Mekamaru, AI Gonta, Takamichi, Non-AI Chiaki, Justice Hammer 1, Pennyworth, Nanokumas, Yasuke, Ryoko, Katoka, Jin, Kanon, Minimaru, Natsumi, Aiko, Yui, Sato, Crazy Yoko, Extra Large, Junko AI, Big Junko, Monokuma, Shirokuma, Kurakuma, Monodam, Monokid, Usami, Monosuke, Monotaro, the Pancake Champion, and Monophony, and we're ready to go. You know, it was like, I was fine going through the list, like, verbally, but I do have a new mouse. My old mouse, I think I've talked about this, it was a little double-click issue. And I had that mouse for a long time, so I was like, yeah, it might be time. Rest in peace to that mouse. It served us well for a long time. Look, that mouse helped me edit probably thousands of hours of content. Yeah, I think, and when I put it that way, I'm like, alright, you done good. That being said, make your picks first, second, and third, I suppose. Rebellion's this Sunday. Rebellion Live is next Friday, so get excited for both of those. I don't want to dilly and dally too much, but I will say your OC submissions for OC Revolution July are in the description, so go ahead and check those out. I guess 2 things real quick. First and foremost, let's spin the wheel and see if Chaos is actually reigning this episode before I do anything else. Shall we? I was gonna say, it's not a big chance. Nagisa got those titles not long ago. So we're gonna spin this thing and we'll see how it all plays out. Will Chaos reign? No, it's not. It's not. But boy, was it close. And that's just, I'll be real, one opportunity for Chaos to reign. It definitely could still reign mid-episode. Will it? We will see. The last time to earn secret achievements is also right now, so let's get into it. Today, I don't think I want to, I think I do have a question, actually. Do you have I was in the sense of, like, 1 versus 100, here we go. Do you have a favorite number? Whether it's, like, a single digit, a double digit, something crazy, like, oh my gosh, yeah, like, I wore jersey number, like, 52 when playing soccer or football or something. Football. Do you have a favorite number? Or if it's just like lucky number 7 or number 18 has always been pretty nice to me. Do you have a favorite number? That's my question today. And if you don't, make one today and tell me if you have some reason behind that number. I think that might be a little interesting thing. I know some people have like, yeah, that's my number. I like 97. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I even have a real reason. I think aesthetically, I just like the way the 97 looks. It's got like, you know, a nice like curvy number and then a sharp jagged number. I just think it's like a best of both worlds number, and it's a big old number. It's a big old number. I like 97. I don't know if it's my favorite number, but I think it's, whenever I think of like a number, just like, oh, you know, get a little 97 going on here. I think that's it. That's my quote-unquote my favorite number. We'll say, well, tentatively my favorite number. I'll think more about it eventually. But right now, at first, like, thought, that's the first number that pops into my head when I'm like, kind of like this number. So let me know. Just quick, easy question for you guys, because we want to make this start quick and easy, because we got a whole heck of a show. It is 1 versus 100, and it is not for the championships unless... Yo, Pilot, what are you doing? It's the first time in a long time he's basking on the top of his, and now he's no longer basking. He was basking on the top of his little, like, cave enclosure. Instead of his actual basking platform. But now it looks like he's literally going back to his basking platform. I just changed his tank water, so maybe it's just like, oh, some new water up in here. And now he's over it. That being said, let's roll it up. Nagisa, you're the champion. Secret achievements are in play. I really don't know if any of them will hit, but I suppose there is an opportunity. So let's start round 1 and let's see how this all plays out. Because, as a tribute to other podiums, the horns, they don't sound horn bears. If you would do what you do best and do that thing that you do and sound those horns, thank you. Oh, next Friday, it is Tag Team Last Stand. You know, the last tag team episode of the season. The week after that, Taylor will actually be taking my day. He'll be doing the OC free-for-all. So get excited for that. Taylor, I gave him some great training. He just recently did a very good job in the OC tag team episode this past Thursday. If you haven't seen that, go check it out. Taylor did a great job, phenomenal job, and this time he gets to treat all the OCs to free-for-all action. That being said, let's take it out. Izio immediately says, forget the music we're playing right now. It's bike theme time. Ha! Who? Ready? Kick it! As Katoka finds a hat rack, so many hats, alter ego, traps Taichi in a box and ships it to Brazil, the Gundam, the Supreme Overlord of Ice, finds a table. Angie gets a massive sack of apples, Maya tries to build a tank out of sticks and rocks, and immediately we have a tank in play. Maki draws a demon and summons a circle on the ground, you know, for fun. Something inside of Crazy Collection Large snaps, and she's now frenzied. Mahiru twiddles with her little thumbs. She got little thumbs, I'll tell you what. Nanokuma's using mysterious gas to knock out Monosuke and Munakata, put death collars on them. Tero finds a dapper suit, puts it on, it's quite fetching. Tinko won't die like the others, the Archon see great potential, and Sakura grant her a Hydro Vision. Takemichi doesn't really want to, but finds up having to get rid of Monokid. Haiji finds a bunch of Pokeballs. Justice Hammer Hawan has seen the heels running wild, is determined to make things right and turns face. Daisaku then knocks Justice Hammer went out in a fist fight and puts a death collar on him. Yikes for him. Mukuro is looking out only for herself. Shuichi is looking for stuff to scrounge. Seiko looks up in a tree and sees a mistletoe hanging above. Kyoko's been hot on Shirakuma's trail for days. Shirokuma thinks he's gotten away, but Kyoko has deduced his location, delivered the final blow. Chihiro's found Genocide Jack scissors. Cute boys beware, you're in for a scare. Taylor was talking to me about Genocide Jack, and he was like, I'm gonna be okay around her, right? And I was like, yeah, maybe don't talk to Auntie Jack. The AI Gota finds my climate change remote. Oh no. Corey has embraced his shadow and gains the power of persona. Oh no. Jack is looking particularly erratic today. Yeah, Taylor, stay away from Auntie Jack. Izuru finds a boombox, time to play some sick beats. Makoto, Mikan, and Maya play suspense music as Chiaki chases Hiro around. Yui puts a death cloud on Genocide Jack while she's asleep. Leon accepts the shadow as Leon gains the power of persona. Junko looks for someone dumb enough to believe her. Tinkin finds a 1-up mushroom in a game like this, which is interesting. Mew Is thinking of plans to get out of here. Kaito sobs quietly. Moon chews to Samugi. Himiko wishes she could get out of here. Hifumi hopes he doesn't have to harm anybody. Usami has found a table. Hopefully nobody goes through it. Mekamaru feels strong enough to handle anything. Big Junko stomps on Hiro and Chiaki, and they're in the ground. And I see a whole bunch of gold, so I assume there's a yeet ball in play. Monokuma accepts the title as Monokuma gains the power of Persona. Monosuke feels protected by his wealth. Freaking Sayaka finds Pilot. Pilot, what are you doing here? You were just basking over there, and I was basking in your glory. Freaking Sayaka puts him back in the tank. Nekamaru stumbles upon a yeet ball. Aiko finds that yeet ball from Nekamaru and takes it. Kurumi takes that. Nagito takes that. Togami takes that. It's the sister to the traveling yeet ball is Jin. Steals Maya's tank while she's asleep. Masu's had enough. He's now enraged. Beacon steals Togami's yeet ball and runs off with it. Hiroko tries to get us to notice her. Yasuke picks up with Nico lying in various places. Kokichi accepts her shadows. Kokichi gains the power of Persona. Minimaru as our first light bearer. Will he survive? Ryoma moves around uselessly. Are you kidding? Juzo just found a flamethrower. Akane challenges Nanokumas to a duel. Nanokumas bite the dust. Gonta fails to grasp the gravity situation. Kizakura finds a little bikini, puts it on, it's quite revealing. Yuta finds a skateboard. Time to do a couple sick moves, I'll tell you what. Mondo steals Mikan's G-ball, runs off with it. Yasuke tries to kill Fatsugami tries to bribe him. Yasuke leaves the arena a very rich man. I heard the ding, so I need to... Yo, Stream Avy needs to figure this out. Or Sundavy, one of those two. Sato sets down a trap. Celeste finds a pillow. So sleepy, so sleepy. Ryoka gets caught in one of Sato's traps. All she can do is hope to be freed. She will get freed very shortly. Kanon twitches uncontrollably and then murders Monica as she tries to kill her. So she retaliates and said, I will not be the one who dies. It will be you who forfeits their life. We got creepypasta Kanon out here. Ibuki feels sorry for Ryoko. Frees her from the trap. Nani Achiaki found a hat rack. Crazy Yoko is being adorable as always. Look at all this blue. Pennyworth, the bike theme's already playing, my boy. It's already playing. Kurokuma finds a heaping stack of pancakes that should last the entire game. Ruka accepts her shadows her shadows as Veruca, gains the power of Persona. Kibo finds some other scraps. Rantaro, Mikan, and Makoto grab their instruments and practice together. Chisa finds a shiny red balloon. Archon 2 Grepsel and Monophony grant her an Electrovision. Peko has found a table. Taka trips and falls in a really bad way, breaking his neck. Mitsurai finds a massive sack of apples. Napple Day keeps the doctor away. Luckily, he's not in this game. Nagisa and Kaito argue over whose title win was better. Hina stalks Nagisa, inching closer and closer to their tipping point. Close. Jotaro has a horrible feeling in his gut. Fuiko's ready for target practice. We're almost to the end of this round. Natsumi uses mysterious yes to knock out Tenko and Hajime. They got some stuff on them. A well-placed shot by Fuiko with a slingshot hits Monotaro in the head with its orienting force. Komaru is ready for target practice. She's got a laser gun, goodness gracious. Kotoko draws a demon summoning circle on the ground unit for fun. Monodam is sick and tired of playing nice and turns heel. Sonya finds a bow and some arrows. Toko sees unshaken by this. Kazuichi plans a party for the loyal members of his harem, if he had any at this point, rather, and very close to the end of the day. In a game like this, I'm not surprised we already have 6 by the end of the day, because it is a devastating majority vote. Taylor, did you break my soundboard? Where's the majority vote? It's usually right there. It's over here. I don't know what he did. Munakata, Genocide, Jack, Tenko, Hajime, Monosuke, and Justice Hammer 1 are all forced to play the majority game. Hajime received the most votes, but unfortunately for everybody, Mans was a keymaster. And so every single one of them suffered a gruesome demise. Gozu gets a fishing rod, and Kaede finds a boombox. That's the end of our round. 15 of our 101 are done. But who will walk out as your victor? Well, it's a Claire de Lune. I kind of wanted to end it with that. But Taichi, Monokid, Shirakuma, Hira, Chiaki, Nanokumas, Yasuke, Monica, Taka, Munakata, Jack, Tenko, Hajime, Monosuke, Justice Hammer 1. crazy thing is, it's still anybody's game. It's anybody's game, and we still have our Agent of Chaos, both of our Agents of Chaos in this game right now. We have all of our champions, so we gotta proceed. I don't know how it's gonna play out, but it's 1 versus 100, baby. And 1 versus 100 with a whole bunch of items now in place. See, in a fit of frenzy, Crazy Yoko Extra Large creeps up on Alter Ego, slaughters him. Monofini summons a shock so powerful rather it fries Makoto alive. Peko steps to the table before grabbing Mekamaru in a headlock, then RKO's Mekamaru through a table. Izzy walks into a very strange machine. His molecules got all rearranged. He's got ghost powers. Phantom. Great Gozu casts around the river. Pulls out a sea bass, more like a C+. Taka is writhing with maggots. Chisa accidentally lets go of her balloon. Chisa feels incredibly sad. Nagisa, he's got his slingshot. Kotoko checks on our circle. Classic Kotoko demon. Yo, I feel like there's 3 certainties in the Hunger Game: death, taxes, and Kotoko getting a demon in the Ordeal Simulator. Crazy Yoko finds a sword shiny and sharp, or rather not spine. Monodam finds Thursday Davy's left shoe. Hina puts a death collar on. I don't know how you got, how big is this death collar? How you do that, Hina? Akane. Exception Shadows, Akane gains a power persona. Hiroko just found a laser gun. Angie gives Ryoko an apple. Ryoko thanks him and has a bite. That girl is poisoned. Poison. Toko then ambushes Nagito, gets him out of here. Kanan can't wait to kill again. Katoka gives Togami a fedora. He tips it and smiles. Oh boy. Corey was lost in his thoughts. Now he has a wish ring. That's dangerous in Corey's hands, actually. Hopefully he'll be responsible with it. Going to find some moon shoes. We're not liable for any broken ankles. Junko tries to kill Fat Togami. Fat Togami tries to bribe her. Junko takes the money and then kills Fat Togami anyway. Clearly there was something wrong with Fat Togami's negotiation skills, because Saint Junko would never kill someone in cold blood. That must have been counterfeit money. She was doing the Lord's work. Monokuma summons his persona. Garu dazes Monofini. Hifumi befriends a Komodo dragon with a pair of aviator goggles. Avi's not gonna like this. I don't like this. I don't like this, Spider-Man. Pennyworth, and Izue races to see who the best biker is. Pennyworth absolutely dominates. Kyoko finds a handgun. Mukuro won't die like the others. Nekamaru disappears for a while and comes back with a wizard robe that he just found. He slips on, scattering sparkles everywhere. Samugi steadily bounces in her moon shoes. Daisaku has a Komodo dragon. Another one. Don't love that. Armed with his flamethrower, Juzo burns Hina to a crisp. But there is still a 1-up mushroom, but right now our Agent of Chaos is out. But not potentially done doing chaos. Kurumi has a dimensional scythe. Ryoma tripped and fell in a bush, another Yi-ball in his hands. Sonya practiced pulling back her bowstring. Aiko has a cryo-vision. Teru doesn't really want to, but finds herself having to get rid of Kaito. Ruka tries to kill Nekamaru, but the wizard rope has carried him away to safety. Maki wants this to be over already. Well, we're getting closer and closer now. Because people are dying left and right. In fact, another Agent of Chaos is perishing. Freaking Sayaka finds a rocket launcher. That's gonna end well. Minimaru hopes he doesn't have a Harmony body. Sakura entraps Hifumi and Corey in a bubble of water until they both drown. Kurokuma found a waffle. Chiro cleans the blood off of his scissors. Sato has found a table. Kaede starts their boombox. Tengen, Izuo, and Seiko dance around it. They're dancing to Bye Bye Bye. As Kaede rigged the boombox to actually go boom, and it's actually not Bye Bye Bye, it's Boom Boom Boom. Maya steals my soundboard. What you doing? Don't do that. Leon finds some tactical combat gear and it saves him from Yui trying to murder him. Monster is so mad, steam's coming out of his ears, it causes a fire, trapping, killing Mew in the flames. Another champion down. Or I guess a champion down. Takemichi, actually, yeah, okay, we're cooking. Traps Kotoko in a box and ships her to Brazil. And now her demon's gonna be so confused. Kazuichi formally invites Azuru to join his harem. He respectfully declines. Jotaro creates marketable plushies of Monotaro without his permission. He's so mad before they have a chance to react, they sell like hotcakes, everybody's rich. Rantaro kinda wanders off and gets lost, never seen again. Ibuki feels like jamming out. She also gets my soundboard. I don't know how many I have of these, I guess I do have a spare one that's like this small. I got the larger version. I think we've talked about this, but this has been a while at this point. I do have the smaller version still. I guess maybe one of them has that one and the other one has another one. Fuigo gathers ammo for a slingshot. Monotaro comes back to his senses. Juzo sets Gundam's table on fire, then slams Gundam to his own flaming table. Kizakura flaunts his bikini. Teru gets jealous. Mahiru knocks Junko in a fight, and puts a death collar on her. You know, you shouldn't do that. Izuru finds an axe, upping his chance of survival somewhat. Shuichi spots something shiny in the distance. Kibo steals Ryoma's G-ball, runs off with it, and Celeste steals Mondo's G-ball and runs off with it. Yu doesn't know how to skateboard, but knows how to swang one around, and Kibo's gone. Shuichi's gone. Nagisa's gone. Another champ gone. Yuta is standing tall. He said it's about to be the year of the Yuta again, baby. Jin takes selfies on top of his rad tank. AI Gonta misses the spooks and jump scares of Halloween. Spooky season's back with AV's climate change remote going to October. Ryoka finally succumbs to the poison that was weakening their body, breathes their last. Junko AI makes the collar look fashionable. Kokichi and Azuru are in a costume contest. Kokichi dresses as a ninja, while Azuru rather dresses as a Reaper, the same as every year. Azuru slices Kokichi with a scythe, the same as every year. Poor Kokichi. Mikan, oh my gosh, gets her Halloween costume ready. Togami is ready for target practice. He has a shotgun lying around, no real need for aiming. Mitarai wakes up from a good night's sleep to Akane eating every apple in his bag. Mondo and Fuyiko go shopping at AV's wares and despairs. You love to see it. Komaru then shoots several white-hot holes into Chihiro's body using her laser gun. Usami set up her table before grabbing Komaru by the throat. Usami then chokeslams Komaru through a table. Haiji prints out a bunch of invitations to his Halloween party. Himiko jumps in a pile of leaves. Unfortunately, we're covering a pit, and Himiko falls in and perishes. Non-AI Chiaki gives freaking Sayaka a cowboy hat. Freaking Sayaka immediately yees her best ha, and Natsumi, Angie, Maya, Haiji, Kotoka, and freaking Sayaka get together to carve jack-o'-lanterns. Fuyiko wasn't invited. In an act of revenge, Fuyiko dons a pumpkin on his head, and now he's the headless horse homie. Slaughters them all, Batman. Just like that, we have already dipped down to almost half. Look at this. This was, we saw so many items get picked up during day one. This kind of change does not surprise me, actually. We are down to 55, 5 more essentially until we're at the halfway point, which I'm certain we'll get to, but for right now, it's a Claire de Lune 4. Alter Ego, Makoto, Mekamaru, Nagito, Fat Togami, Hina, Kaito, Hifumi, Kori, Tengen, Izuyoi, Seiko, Mew, Sato, Kotoka, Rantaro, Gundam, Kibo, Shuichi, Nagisa, Ryoka, Kokichi, Chihiro, Komaru, Himiko, Natsumi, Angie, Maya, Haiji, Kotoka, freaking Sayaka. So admittedly, when you think about everything that's going on here at this point, there's 46 gone, and I feel like now that we have this many gone, we might see some zombies creep up, we might see some ghosts creep up, so things, I feel like, we're about to enter the shenanigans portion of this game already. And this early on with 55 people left, I'm not sure how shenanigan we will be, but I feel it in my soul, you know what I mean? Every fight out of control. Next round sees, a bounty, but no ghost. In fact, Gozu goes to the pumpkin patch outside of Celeste's Holiday Mansion, picks up a small pumpkin. Pennyworth has never learned how to ride a bike. Oh, Sakura used the power of Hydra to wet Monophanie's campfire and says next time that'll be you. Monophanie's confused, but she knows how to win these 1 versus 100 episodes and walk out with titles. She's looking to walk into the finale today. Junko AI is ready, just wants it to end already, rather. Leon summons a persona, uses Bufu, trapping Sonya's feet in ice. Daisaku steals Celeste's Yeet Ball and runs off with it. Aiko summons a massive spear of ice, impaling Samugi. Celeste steals Daisaku's Yeet Ball, and Yui steals that Yeet Ball. Ryoma finds a shotgun, starts thinking about the damage he can do. Crazy Okokushal Arts looks for her next victim. Monophanie uses a mysterious gas to knock out Azuru and Monokuma. Death colors on them. I feel like we have enough for another majority vote. So keep your eyes peeled for that. Mondo follows some sparkles, discovers a magic wand. So there's a magic wand in play. I think there is still a wish ring in play. No, I think Kori's dead. Monotaro's sick of Mikan being alive, and now she's got a $20,000 bounty on her head. Monokuma finds a pitchfork, which he figures is great for just chucking at enemies. Archon Secret Person Takamichi grant him an Animo Vision. AI Gonta finds a big shtick. Nakamaru shakes his wizard sleeves, 1,000 tiny animals falling out, like rabbits and ferrets and pollywogs and whatnot. Maki steals Jin's tank while he's asleep. I forgot this tank was still in play. Dang. Mahiru tries to kill Mikon for the bounty, but Mikon narrowly escapes, and Sonya tries to scream, still trapped, nobody comes to help. Hiroko finds a seemingly official decree from a powerful Archon, will she dare to hang it up? Jotaro uses his new wealth to create marketable plushies of Kaede without her permission. Kaede is so mad before they have a chance to react, everything catches fire. And he loses all of his money, poor Jotaro. Gurumi's looking for an easy out. Fuiko also finds my climate change remote, okay. I should just get some less. I should get less copies. You know what I mean? Kaede and Azuru have an intense dance-off, which ends with Kaede doing a kickflip, and kickflipping Azuru's head clean off. Yuta uses the base of a cliff as a half-pipe. Mini Maru finds a skateboard time to do some sick moves. Pekko also now a light bearer. Keep that in mind. If they win now, everyone that they kill this game from this point forward goes to finale with them. Crazy Yoko swooshes the air with their sword. Kyoko finds herself face to face with Aiko, shoots her dead point blank with the gun. Nana Chiaki gives Gonta tiara. He feels like the prettiest princess. Akane uses their persona, uses Sai, attacking AI Gonta, leaving them dazed with a splitting headache. I don't know if they can get headaches, you know, AI Gonta, but you know, it is what it is. Chiaki just wants it to end already. Kanan pixel his Nimko lying in various places. Juzo wants to use his flamethrower. Kizakura, he looks good in that bikini. Oh my gosh. Kazuichi formally invites Fuyuhiko to join his harem. Fuyuhiko graciously accepts. It's a real Kuzu Soda moment out here. Toko steals Yui's V-Ball and runs off with it rather. Masaru's unbridled rage is his own undoing as his anger kills him. Ibuki presses the button on my soundboard and plays perfect 10. Oh my gosh. That's a deep cut at this point. I had to go to page 4 to bring this up. 10. Hey! Yep. Teru challenges Leon and Kazuichi to an anything goes pancake competition. Kazuichi murders them both, earning entry into the World Pancake Championship match. Monodam finds a discarded wish ring and seems it has a single wish. He decides to wish that he was a monster heel. Ruka, her persona levels up Zio to Ziyanga. Usami finds a plank of wood. Wait, no, that's a seesaw. A shisha. Gonta finds an Alom Lakaris. Wait, aren't those extinct? As I put Kazuichi's name down here. Alright, but great. We're gonna play that again because I'm actually in the mood for that one more time. Okay, here we go. Junko attempts to take down Monodam, but Monodam simply grabs Junko by the leg and drags him into a cave. The cave ignites, and only Monodam walks out. Mitarai and Jin also try and take out this new monster heel, but Monodam grabs them both and double choke slams them off of a cliff. Kurokuma tops his pancakes with fruit. Goodness gracious, Monodam in this moment went crazy too. Crazy Yoko tracks down Mikon for the bounty on her head, kills her, which is crazy that it's those two. And Crazy Yoko's now $20,000 richer. Nane Aichiaki challenges Mukuro to a duel. Nane Aichiaki bites the dust, and Togami reloads his shotgun just in case. That brings us down to our final 44. We've lost 11 this round. That brings us to a little Clair de Lune. For Samugi, Azuru, Aiko, Masaru, Teru, Leon, Junko, Mitarai, Jin, Mikon, Nane Chiaki. Boom, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-dum, boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-dum, boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, ba-dum-dum-dum. I'm sorry, it's a really good song. It's now stuck in my head. I know how Taylor feels because I actually played Invincible Rainbow Arrow for him, the actual full version. He's a big fan. He's an ASAP fan now. I don't know how I feel about that, but we'll proceed. It is it's round 4 is a Fuyuhiko relentlessly kills Pekko in the name of Kazuichi. What has just happened? What's just transpired? It feels like the situation has become quite dire. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. That's crazy, dude. After, oh my gosh. Shirakuma's corpse rots peacefully, it sure does. The Great Gozu stares at their pumpkin, unable to get pumpkin pie off of his mind. Usami never wants to kill anyone ever again. Kurokuma wonders why anyone would choose waffles over the glories of the pancake. That's my guy, Kurokuma. Crazy Hyoko actually likes to put a death collar on Togami while he's asleep. Kyoko aims her handgun in the distance. Kazuichi gets everyone together for a Thanksgiving feast. He's in charge of the turkey and has never cooked it in his life, so he wings it. Kurumi, Gonta, Monotaro, Mondo, and Hiroko all die from severe food poisoning. Yuta chases down Minimaru. Both riding their skateboards. Yuta catches up to Minimaru before kick-flipping them down a cliff. That's crazy. But also kind of sick. Daisaku feeds his Komodo dragon a rat. Monika's lifeless body writhes with maggots. I feel like we don't see many people feeding their Komodo dragons, which is kind of crazy. Ryoma fires his shotgun at Togami but misses. Kaede cycles through her songs to dance to. Pennyworth sets down a trap. Akane's persona levels up Sai to Seo. Togami finds a grenade. The big pile of flesh that used to be Junko is writhing with maggots, but it's a blessed pile of maggots and human flesh. Kurokuma tries to creep up on Takemichi, but Takemichi creates a gust of air beneath him. I hope Takemichi wins again. I hope he just out of nowhere pops another W in this 1 versus 100 thing. But opening also, Pyle, you need to stop escaping your tank. They gon' keep bringing you back. Celeste thinks of a dark poem. Big Junko finds a suit of medieval armor. I'm not sure how they found it in her size. She big. Nekamaru feels strong enough to handle anything. Chisa knocks out Maki in a fist fight. Jisaro gets caught in one of Pennyworth's traps. What a stupid mistake. He should have known better. All he can do now is hope to be freed. Sakura is being chased by Pennyworth. Sakura uses the power of Hydro, but the surface bonder rather, causing Pennyworth to slip and break his neck. Wait. Well, who's gonna help Jotaro? Who could figure out how to disable one of Pennyworth's traps? Monodam finds a pillow, so sleepy. Dark explores around Pekko. Pekko's now back as a ghost. Keep that in mind. Pekko was like, oh, I'm about to get revenge on Fuyiko or Kazuichi. Ibuki presses a button on the soundboard and plays Gangnam Style. Akane, Kizakura, Mukuro, Monodam, and Takemichi all join in. Incredible. That's not what I expected to hear today, but here we are. Oh, Gangnam Style. Alright, great. Yui's also got a hat rack. A lot of hats today. Maki tries to go Celeste, but Celeste retaliates and kills her instead. Toko runs her U-ball for a big ol' touchdown, ha! Juzo tries to kill Big Junko, but Big Junko's knight armor diverts the blow. Unfortunately, makes her the target of a big ol' electric attack in just a moment. Kanan is on the verge of snapping Mukuro accepts Machado as Mukuro gains the power persona. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-da-dum, ba-dum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da. Monokuma wonders how far he can throw his pitchfork. Ruka summons her persona, uses Yonga, a strong bolt of lightning, not stray, this is controlled. Flies, electrocuting Big Junko. Tragic. Hyoko, of the crazy variety, artfully slices Kyoko in two with her sword. Sony was struggling with the trap pretty bad and now bleeding out, and AI going to eat something he shouldn't have and dies of horrible stomach pains. I didn't know he could get stomach pains. We have one ghost in play. We have a whole bunch of, in fact, we have 69 dead. Nice. And we have the rest of the episode to go. We're down to 31 in our, like, 34th minute after this Clear Day Moon. 4. Pekko, who is back as a ghost? Kurumi, Gonta, Monotaro, Mondo, Hiroko, Minimaru, Mahiru, Pennyworth, Maki, Big Junko, Kyoko, AI Gonta. Well, let's rock it, shall we? I mean, what else can we do? What can I say except you're welcome? No secret achievements hitting yet. We'll see. We will see. There's only 31 people left, so we will see. It is still autumn, I believe. I think we have a couple climate change remotes still in play, and by a couple I mean just 2. Will it change? No, but we do see a zombie as Toko. Use the title belt to hit Daisaku from behind, leaving him dazed. We still have a champion in Toko. Nuclear waste from the power plant that the arena was built on top of, rather, reanimates Makoto's body, zombifying him. Celeste and Monodam have a pillow fight to the death, and Celeste slaps Monodam off of a cliff with her pillow. Wham! Usami is found. Oh, because they both found pillows. Oh, I didn't even notice. I forgot pillow fights to the death was in there, creeped in here. Usami has found a table, hopefully nobody goes through it. Good for them for not falling asleep before that happened, because that's a thing that can happen. Fuiko uses a slingshot to pelt Daisaku with rocks, which is more annoying than anything, really. Wait, you're telling me Fuiko's got that slingshot? He's got that slingshot, who would've thunk? Kaide does something really cute. Sonya is trapped and slowly bleeding out. Kazuichi tries to get others to notice him. Yasuke is dead. Yuta finds a massive sack of apples. More apples are in play. Pekko misses being out of dinner. The Archons rather see Great Potential in Juzo. He gets a pyro vision. Monophony is now snapped out of it. Akane uses their persona. Uses CO to launch a boulder on top of Kanon. Tengen's mushroom has been rooting for Mitarai this whole time, and Mitarai is back, revival style. He's about to die again. Ruka summons their persona. Uses the Yongo, straight bolts of lightning flies, electrocuting Togami. This time, Ruka's persona has enough experience to learn Maziodyne, which is it's big business if she can start to use it. Kizakura finds a bike. It's bike theme time. Hit that bike theme. Great Gozu carves his pumpkin into a really cute jack-o'-lantern. That is concerning, admittedly. That is concerning. That's stage 2 for someone becoming the headless horse homie. Ryoma is attacked by a pack of wild wolves, but feeds them all as they relax by the campfire. Come the morn, one seems to have left the pack to aid Ryoma. Jotaro uses mysterious gas to knock out Kurokuma and Kizakura, put death colors on them. Takemichi uses a gust of wind to blast Mitarai off of a cliff. He just came back. Daisaku comes back to his senses. Haiji is dead. Celeste cuts Crazy Yoko's Celeste cuts Crazy Yoko's arm off, but Crazy Yoko still has the other one. Crazy Yoko slices through Celeste. Yui wonders about the future. Kurokuma throws a pancake at Makoto, who is so frail that his body falls apart on contact. Our zombie is gone. If a frenzy, XL creeps up on Yuta, snaps his neck. Well-placed job by Fujiko is dazing Nekamaru. Chisa traps Kazuichi in a box and ships him to Brazil too. Everyone's going to Brazil. Darkseid swirls around Kyoko's body, reanimates her as a ghost. Monokuma seems unshaken by any of this. Sakura calls back in the moment she took the Knight's Oath and finally dons her Knight's armor yet again. Ibuki uses my soundboard but gets confiscated for playing copyrighted music for shame. And Mukuro has a strong sense of justice and turns face. We are down to your final 25. According to the competition, 2 ghosts in Pekko and in, who just turned into a ghost? Kyoko. Those are our 2 ghosts. We would have had a zombie too, but he got slapped by a pancake and fell apart. I don't know how this is gonna play out, but I do know that it is a Clear Day Loon. No, it's not a Clear Day bike theme, it's a Clear Day Loon for Monodam, Kanon, Togami, Mitarai, Celeste, Makoto, Yuta, Kazuichi. Ruka is one to watch, and the Great Gozu is one to watch. They both have things that don't hit super duper often, or the ability to. Gozu has taken a pumpkin and gotten it all the way to Jack-o'-lantern stage. If he uses it on a dead person, they become the headless horse homie. And that's serious business. Ruka, she's got Maziodyne, so she can just start taking out 3 or 4 people left and right. We'll see if that does play out, or if they just perish next round. That could very well happen, and next round sees some death, but let's see how it starts. With Kizakura filling his bikini with gravel and using it as an object to kill Juzo. Good luck solving that. Nekamaru, yo, Pilot, you gotta stick to your tank, my boy. Thank you, Nekamaru. You're good. Good on you. I'm proud of you. Sonya finally dies from the blood loss caused by the trap that she was stuck in. She was in that thing for a minute too. Ryoma's pet wolf licks behind his ear. Monokuma ambushes Toko and slaughters her. Rest in peace to her. Kotoko's demon can't find her before remembering that Kotoko got shipped to Brazil. Peko plays around with her incorporeal body, passing through various things to pass the time. Rantaro kind of wanders back and gets unlost. We got a +1 now. We got 26, right? No, we don't. We lost 3 people before. Daisaku feels sorry for Jotaro, frees him from the trap. Great Gozu casts his rod to the river. Now he's got a jack-o'-lantern and he's got an Omnitrix. He pulls out an alien device. It's about to do what it did. Usami and Monokuma surround Monophony in the middle of a pond. With the power of Electro, Monophony takes out both of the heads of Danganronpa 2. Kurokuma eats a single pancake from his stack. Mukuro levels up her persona, upgrading Bufu to Bufala. Ibuki finds moon shoes were not liable for broken ankles. Chisa is on the verge of a nervous breakdown. XL kind of wanders off and gets lost, never seen again. Is that really being lost, though? Fuiko finds a boombox, time to listen to some sick beats. Kaede, wham! Punches a tree, nearly breaks her own wrist, but fortunately, a ball fell from the tree, and Jotaro takes it immediately. Akane summons her persona, uses Sayo, oh my gosh, launching a boulder on top of Kurokuma. Akane's persona now has enough to use Mopsiodyne, and I'd like to point out, we'll continue, but we'll go. Takemichi creates a spear of air around, Takemichi in these 1 vs 100 episodes. Mans knows how to cook. Keep me there long enough for them to both suffocate within. Sakura stands proudly in her knight's armor. Yui gives Monophony a baseball cap. She pulls out a baseball bat out of nowhere and says it's all about the Mets, baby. We beat the Red Sox, I think, recently. Crazy Oko just found a wrestling singlet. That's also a very good late game. We have a lot of people with good late game items. As Ruka summons her persona, uses Maziodyne rather, creates a thunderstorm enveloping the arena, shocking Mukuro, Rantaro, and Yui. That's what I was talking about. That's why I was like, that's someone you gotta watch. And Kyoko's found the corpse of Mitarai. Yo, Mitarai's been back twice now. That's crazy. And possesses it. Kyoko's now in control of Mitarai's body, giving up her own incorporeal body. That's wild. We are now down to 15. We have 1 ghost left in Peko. But now we have a Maziodyne and Ruruka. We have a Maciodyne and Akane, and we still have an Omnitrix now, along with the Jack-o'-lantern and the Great Gozu, and we have now the wrestling singlet for Crazy Yoko. All 4 of those can pull off heavy-hitting attacks. I don't know how much longer we got, so it's a Clarity Loon first of all 4. Juzo, Sonya, Toka, Usami, Monokuma, Crazy Yoko Extra Large, Kurokuma, the Great Gozu, Kaede, Mukuro, Rantaro, Yui, Kyoko. Okay, well, yeah, actually, I forgot. Great Gozu's dead. Takemichi killed him. So it is a big Akane, a big Ruruka, and a big Hyoko who have big-time attacks potentially. We'll see if they use them. We just saw Ruruka use hers, so, you know, we really could see them use them back-to-back. They could still use their lower-leveled ones, but we'll see. We will see as we go to the next round. We have another ghost in play. As we go on, Chisa wants to end already. Nekomaru uses a mysterious gas to knock out Daisaku and Roma. Death collars on the both of them. Akane, I'm pretty sure you're in this already. No, Amame is. You're not. Akane. Alright, Akane's in the World Pancake Championship match, which will either be next Thursday or the week after. It'll be one of those weeks. Because it's been a minute at this point. Nagito's watched his body fester silently. Ibuki's ready, steadying, bouncing in her moon shoes. Monophony shakes Mitarai's hand, but it was a prank. Mitarai is lightly shocked and he's dazed. Freaking Sayaka's back as a ghost. Kizakura's brakes snap and they jump off the bike right before it goes zooming off of a cliff. Good for him. Ruka tries to go Nekomaru, but his robes carried him to the way of safety. Celeste putrefies peacefully. Nuclear waste brings Kanon back as a zombie. Now she's twitching for real. Akane is starving and sniffs out a single waffle. She will now that she's got the waffles in hand, she's about to get destroyed by a wolf. Sakura doesn't even want to, but finds herself having to get rid of Takemichi, who did his thing for as long as he could, let me tell you. Fuiko wants it to be over already. Jotaro runs his yeet ball back for a big touchdown. Ryoma pits his sec wolf. His pet wolf. On Akane, we can read. She gets torn to shreds by a ravenous animal. Daisaku's Komodo dragon betrays him and kills him. That's why you never trust Komodos. That's why you never have an alliance built on Komodos. You never do that. Never. Never, ever, ever, ever. Komodo's crazy out here. Mitsurai Kondo wanders off and gets lost and never be seen again. I pray he comes back for a third time. I pray he wanders back in. Y'all don't understand how much I hope that he dies, Mushroom brings him back, dies, Ghost brings him back, gets lost and dies, and just wanders back in. I think that would be hilarious. Mitsurai never says die. That'd be a W. That being said, Peckham still misses be after dinner. We have 11 people left. You don't get your saving grace picks yet, but you do get a clear Alien 4. Takamichi, Akane, Daisaku, Mitsurai. Unless he walks back. Will he though? I'm not sure. We gotta keep going. You guys got one more into your saving grace picks. At this rate, there's a world where you don't get them. There's 11 people left. We could lose 10 people in a round. It's really depending on who wants to use their weapons and win. Both Akane... No, Akane's out. We still have Ruruka, who could still use her Mopsiodyne. Hiyoko could still use her singlet. Let's see how it all plays out. And Ibuki still got her moon shoes. Ruruka picks up a table. Katoko's demon still remembering. They went to Brazil. Freaking Sayaka plays around with her incorporeal body. She is a ghost. The pile of flesh that used to be Fat Togami rises with maggots. Monofini accepts her shadows. Monofini gains a power persona. Peko kills Fuyuhiko through ghastly means, saying, I remember what you did. You betrayed me. I did everything for you. I was a tool for you. But sometimes tools, your own tools, can be used against you. Yeah, I feel like we just saw the end of, like, Peko Fuyuhiko today. I feel like we did, for real, for real. Ibuki jumps and stomps on Monofini, Ryoma, and Jotaro, all gone. Monokuma and Izioi both already gone. Nekomaru comes back to his senses. Kanon is still a zombie, withered away, fiddling with all the withered limbs, I tell you what. Sakura washes the blood off her knight's armor. Crazy Yoko sneaks up on Kizakura, but he's known that this wrestling dancer was sneaking up on him all this time, able to counterattack and kill Crazy Yoko, as lastly Chisa finds Thursdavy's left shoe, where it's your final 6. You'll get your saving grace picks for this massive 1 versus 100 episode after this Clear Lune 4. Fuyuhiko, Monofini, Ryoma, Jotaro, Crazy Hiyoko. I kind of hope Peko revives Kazuichi. I think that would be full circle. I think that would be crazy. Let's go on. Let's go click the details. I'm not even gonna dilly and dally. You know what it's time for. Make some new picks. It's saving grace picks time. Sayaka's a ghost. She ain't a real pick, let's be real. Peko is a ghost. She ain't a real pick, let's be real. As we keep scrolling, Kanon is a zombie. She ain't a real pick. But Kizakura is alive and well, so he's our first real pick. Kizakura. In fact, I think there's only 3. Yes, there's only 3 others, so everyone else that we cross by will be a real pick. Like Kizakura, who's got 3 KOs. Can he claim this victory? Moving onward, we still have Ruruka, who knows, been going wild. She's got Mazio dying, so keep her on that. She's got a table, she's got a lot of things that she can go through. It's still autumn as well, and with what, 6 people left, it could just end. It could just end next round. Keep that in mind. It is still autumn. As we keep on creeping over, through, and under, we have Ibuki and Nekomaru. Is that 6? Yeah, it probably is. Nekomaru and Ibuki are our final 2, so that once again brings us to Nekomaru, Ibuki. Chisa, who I accidentally skipped over. Chisa is still in here, but she's shell-shocked, so keep an eye on her. That sounds about right, because now we have, the other 3. Ruruka, Kizakura, and I've skipped someone again. Hey, look, I've said all 6 of them at some point, just in different orders. It is what it is. It is your final 6. Make your picks. You got Chisa. You still got Kizakura. You have Sakura, who I didn't see on this list. I must have passed her by. She's the one that we didn't say. But Sakura is alive. Yeah, there she is. Sakura is alive. Has 4 KOs, has a Hydro Vision and Knight's Armor. Those are your 6. You got Chisa, you got Sakura, you got Kizakura, you got Nekamaru, you got Ibuki, and you've got Ruruka. Those are your final 6. You know what? Make your picks first, second, and third. I'm going to make mine. Ruruka's winning. Sakura's coming in second because we forgot about her. And I'm going to give third to Ibuki because we go way back. Let's knock this out. It's a 1 versus 100. And one must have the iron will that is the same as that of a samurai woman. Final 6, and I'd like to continue to reiterate, it could just end. It doesn't look like it did, but we'll proceed. Chisa kind of wanders off and gets lost and never be seen again. That brings us to our final 5, unless crazy things happen. Kana continues to ride as she continues to move. Peko misses a bit of dinner. Sakura finds some leather scraps, enough to patch together some rudimentary clothing. It's rather caveman-like. Ibuki finds a leather bikini. Ruka finds some arrows and a bow. So now she's the Archer of Infamy, and now we're seeing some things go a little crazy. Kizakura just found a fishing rod. Taichi's back as a ghost, and Monica is possessed by freaking Sayaka. Nekamaru and Ibuki are in a costume contest. Nekamaru is a mad scientist, while Ibuki is the Reaper, same as every year, and she reaps Nekamaru. That brings us now to our final 5. It would bring us to our final 4. However, Monica's now back in play thanks to freaking Sayaka. We will proceed after this terrible turnabout 4. Chisa, freaking Sayaka, Nekamaru. So, that leaves us with Ibuki. It leaves us with now Monica, who's possessed by freaking Sayaka. It leaves us with Kizakura, Ruruka, and Sakura. Those are your final 5, and those 5 are all kind of what we like to call within our final 5. It's 1 versus 100, and it is a crisis of fate. Let's do it. Final 5. Will it end? It may. It very well may. This could be it. This really, really could be it. So let's kind of lock in for a second. Nagito's corpse is writhing with maggots. Sakura entraps Kizakura and Ibuki in a bubble of water until they both drown. That brings us from 5 to 3. And we see all of these people dead. We can skip all of them. Ruka spots Monica in the distance, draws her bow, the arrow flies true, and pierces Monica's stomach. She is gone. That brings us to our final 2. As you can't see, I know that there's a lot of room left on the scroll bar. So I'm not even gonna ask you anything. I'm gonna ask you instead, do you think it's over? And if you do, who will it be? Sakura and Ruka have both taken their actions during this turn. However, there are still ghosts in play, a ghost in Peko. I think there's a zombie still in play as well. And none of them have taken their actions. So as we go down, will this be over? Do you got Sakura? Do you got Monica? It could be neither one. So let's see how this all plays out, shall we? Let's do it. Scrolling down slowly. Taichi plays around with his incorporeal body. Izioi, his lifeless body, is rotting silently. Nothing there. Monica's a maggot feasting ground. Dead. Kanan dangles her withered limbs around. Shuichi's also back. Peko kills Ruruka through ghastly means. And because of that, at the final moment, she did it for her fellow knight. 1 versus 100 ends with Sakura Ogami standing over top each and every body. Ladies and gentlemen, that means this thing is over, and it is a terrible turnabout 4. Kizakura, Ibuki, Monica, Ruruka. So, the scroll bar that you guys can't see was just long enough where I was thinking to myself, Pilot, why are you upside down? You'll fix yourself. Otherwise, I'll get you right after this recording. Yeah, you actually got yourself. I saw the scroll bar and I was like, it's either we have a whole lot of extra ghosts and zombies into this, and when I saw Zombie Shuichi, I was like, oh no, this might actually just be this is Halloween moment. We might have a whole bunch of ghosts and zombies just scattering the arena real quick. And then Peko said, not today. Ruka perished at the very end, and boy did she have a game with 6 KOs. But so did our winner. No, that's wrong. So did our winner. Surviving 1 versus 100. Hey, if this were a Hunger Games with every single competitor in here, and you asked me to pick which Danganronpa character had the best chance, this might be the person that I select. And she won today. Sakura is the one. And the ones go up. Sakura Ogami claims the final spot on the bracket A. Good job to her. I can't believe it. Well, I can believe it, actually. I even said I would believe this. Kazuichi had 7 KOs and so did Fuyiko. Look at those two. Conspired, met up together, joined his harem, conspired against Peko, and Peko was the one who took out Fuyiko and then said, I'm ending this game. You will remember what they did to me. Ruka with 6 KOs, Sakura 6 KOs, Takemichi 5, Ibuki 4, Kaide 4, a lot of people with 3s and 2s and 1s, but that is our show, and this is our bracket. Almost complete, but it looks like you guys have some fan votes. I don't remember how many they are, but they're probably on the screen, and they will open next week after the Tag Team Last Stand. So get ready for that. Get your voting minds ready, because I'll tell you what, we got some things, we got some votes, we got some real votes to get through. That being said, that's our show. We'll do a scroll for everybody else that's down, but everybody else down there you see has 0 KOs. 1 versus 100, 101 in this episode. You know what I did want to see? Where is Mitarai? He's here. And he was actually dead. He was very actually dead. I was like, there's a world where he is not dead and he just is still lost. That was not this world. He died. A shame, a true shame, but that's all it is. And that's all it's gonna be. Congratulations once again to Sakura Ogami. I don't think she's won one of these 1 versus 100s before, but I know she's walked into 1 versus 100's champion. I think she might have walked in as champion the episode that Chaos reigned, and Monophony won 1 versus 100. I think that might be the true nature of all things. I think that might have happened. That being said, thank you all so much for watching. This was 1 versus 100. This was a fun one. It kind of had like a B-plot going on between Peko, Fuyiko, and Kazuichi. I thought that was cute. Then there was the very dangerous game that we had like 4 people with objects that could really like end the game nearly immediately. Luckily, nobody really used them except for Ruka. It is what it is. What a show. Until next time, though, I'm taking off. United States Savior. Toodaloo. Flight crew. Is there anything else I need to tell you? Tune into Rebellion this Sunday? No, I don't think so. I think we're good to go. Toodaloo, flight crew. Thank you for watching.